The second group, the top four now have a decent margin in hand. It was 0.6 of a second more or less coming through the third split. We'll see what it is across the line when we start the last lap, but it could be one of these four who are going to win the race. That is super late on the race. Is that Ikegami? A little bit out of control, must be said. That's cost him time. Dakigan as well as cost time. He's now P4. Now it is a Japanese 1, 2, 3 heading on to the final lap.
I tell you what, you would be absolute. We're on the last lap as we take a big deep breath. Here comes Ogiwara looking at the inside and through, and following him through is Ikegami. So the top two in the title are back in P1 and P2 in that order. Idaka is third, looking for a podium once again. He was leading across the line last time around. Then it's Alphonse Dakigan, who for me is the rider of the race despite his 2 long laps of misdemeanors elsewhere in this weekend. But this is all building.
Building to turn 10. This is Ikegami's got a good run through turn 5. This is 6. He's got to try and get in the slipstream, not cost him time. Important for Ikegami to get through turns 8 and 9. This is it. 8 flick it left, 9 flick it right, and then got to get a move done into turn 10. This is crucial for the championship.
It's all bunching up again. Here comes Dakigan looking to try and come through, but he can't get the move done. Ikegami is leading, but he's a little bit tight there. He was a bit wide, and he wipes the nose of his main title rival. I remind you, these two are going head-to-head for the title. Ogiwara has been quick through 11 and 12, but not quick enough to land a blow. It is going to come all the way down to turn 15, 16, 17, and maybe even the finish line here. Hold on to your hats, folks at home, because this is building and building, and here he's coming. Ogiwara, who's going to try and come through. Ikegami goes all to defensive. We close our eyes up. Here he comes. Where's Idaka? He's there in third. Ogiwara wants to win it from the front and has parked down the inside, but makes a mistake. Where's he going to end up here? Ikegami is back in the front. Ogiwara! Oh, he's on the apex! And that was always going to happen. Ogiwara skizzled Ikegami with a brainless move, and Alphonse Dakigan has come through to take victory. Despite his double long laps, he was down in 13th place at the lowest, but the Filipino rider has done the business, and he is a race winner. Alphonse Dakigan profits from a mess at the final corner, and I tell you what, if they were investigating for a swerving and excessive swerving, they are going to be looking at Ryota Ogiwara, because that is going to be a very, very big penalty coming the way of the 16. That was a total mess that was always going to happen. Unfortunately, you've got to make the move, but you've got to do it realistically, and that was never on. Second place, Pulsitz and Matsuyama. Shingo Idaka takes third. Davino Britannia, career best fourth. Talk us through the final corners. I've got to stop for breath.
This was turn 16 then. Ogiwara late on the break, sat Ikegami up, made a little mistake on the entry as well, and then that was unfortunately just out of control. There's no two ways about it. Can't sugarcoat that, unfortunately, for Ogiwara. He's got to admit defeat there in terms of Ikegami and just defend his second place. I understand wanting to win the race from there, but he's knocking the rear end over the curb, and unfortunately for Ikegami, he was in the way, and yeah, unfortunately that is not good at all from the championship leader. He's had a perfect year so far, but that's a real big error, unfortunately, for the Japanese rider, but it's one that handed victory to start of the race.